Hello, my name is David Nachman, and I'm one of the managing attorneys at the NPZ Law Group. And thank you very much for joining me. This is the third in a series of tapings that I'm doing. I call them The Cure for the Coronavirus Boredom While in Quarantine. We're in our second week of quarantine, and it gives me great pleasure to have an opportunity to speak to everyone and to tell them what my thoughts are about some of the things that are happening. Which of course are fast and furious in the immigration world, and we're doing the best we can to keep up on what's going on, get this information out on our blog site, and also to get this information out on our website. But most importantly, our clients and potential clients should feel free to reach out for us directly. We're working on your behalf. We're trying to file cases. And until we hear that the government's not taking any cases anymore, we're trying to get these cases filed to protect your best interests. Today I want to talk about something that's a little more near and dear to my heart, and that is I was obviously watching with great interest about this new stimulus package that was proposed by the government. And I'm thinking, of course, like everyone else probably is thinking, is how in the world are we going to pay for this? And I know about a week ago, I read something vaguely about how the EB-5 program was transforming and how they were going to be using EB-5 to develop jobs in areas that are high unemployment areas. And it's not anything that hasn't been done in the past, but shouldn't we find a way to finance this stimulation package that was just recently proposed? And maybe there is a way, maybe there's a template out there already. This is a rhetorical question. I'm thinking for sure there's a template out there which can help our federal government to do two things at the same time. One, to solve the U.S. immigration law problem, and two, to help taxpayers by alleviating the need to pay for this stimulation package, which is not necessarily going to hit us within the next 6 months, but it could potentially have ripple effects into the next 5 years. So how do we do that? Well, the last time the U.S. Census was taken, if I'm not mistaken, there were about 13 million individuals who were in the United States without status. The 2020 census just went out, and I'm guessing conservatively that there's probably closer now to 18 to 20 million foreign nationals in the United States without status. Now, if that's the case, and if we know, because we do, that it's going to cost approximately $5,000 to $7,000 to deport individuals from the United States, okay, that's the cost to deport people from the United States. Why are we deporting people? Why don't we just turn inward, and why don't we try to find a program where the federal government can sell green cards and sell status to individuals in the United States? Now, I know we've been down this road before, and the Republicans and the Democrats couldn't get together on the issue of whether or not it's going to be what we refer to as a rental versus an ownership type of program. Because a rental program means that it's a short-term sort of a non-immigrant type of status that an individual might have for an extended period of time, versus their ability to just buy lawful permanent residence and then later on to become U.S. citizens. So that has to be still ironed out. But we have so many people in the United States. Isn't the practical answer to try to find a way to institute a program like 245I in 2001 to pay for the federal government's infusion of billions of dollars for this for the stimulation program? So I'm proposing that, and feel free to take this video and tweet it back to President Trump and let him know that there's already a template out there on what can be done to solve the U.S. immigration law problem, and it can be done using a program called 245I, which was implemented as President Clinton was leaving office back in 2001. The 245I program allowed for qualified filings prior to April 30th of 2001, and if individuals had qualified filings, which were not every single filing, but a qualified filing by an employer or by an individual in their family prior to April 30th of 2001, they were allowed to stay in the United States and apply for their green card here without having to be subject to the 3 or 10 year bar by going outside the United States to get their visa. So these are just some of my humble thoughts, because I sit back and hear about the stimulus program. I gotta wonder whether this is just gonna come out of all of our pockets in the future, or maybe there's a quid pro quo where we can make everyone happy. Thanks very much for joining me today, and hope everyone is safe and sound and virus-free. Bye for now.